Welcome to DMV Pass. If you are new to this channel, feel free to subscribe now and activate notifications so you don't miss our future post. What I wish I knew before taking my CDL written test: it's easier than you think. Combination vehicles are a crucial part of your CDL test, but don't worry, we've got you covered. Here are some essential questions and answers to help you pass with flying colors. You've got this. 1. When backing a tractor under a trailer, you should: A. Always use the lowest reverse gear. B. Always approach the trailer at a slight angle. C. Do it quickly to ensure that the kingpin is locked into the fifth wheel. Note: the CDL manual in its section 6 describes how you should proceed when backing up under a trailer. Use lowest reverse gear. Back tractor slowly under trailer to avoid hitting the kingpin too hard. Stop when the kingpin is locked into the fifth wheel. So, the correct answer is A. Always use the lowest reverse gear. Next question. 2. After the trailer has been coupled to the tractor protection control valve should be placed in what position? A. Down. B. Up. C. Normal. Note: after coupling a trailer to a tractor, you need to supply air to the trailer brake system by pushing in the air supply knob or moving the tractor protection valve control from the emergency to the normal position, if not operating automatically, like on older vehicles for example. So, the correct answer is C. Normal. Next question. 3. If the fifth wheel locking lever is not locked after the jaws close around the kingpin, this means that A. The trailer will not swivel on the fifth wheel. B. The parking lock is off and you may drive away. C. The coupling is not right and should be fixed before driving the coupled unit. Note: after backing up under a trailer, you should inspect the coupling by going under the trailer and looking into the back of the fifth wheel. Use a flashlight if necessary. Make sure the fifth wheel jaws have closed around the shank of the kingpin. Check that the locking lever is in the lock position. If the coupling isn't right, don't drive the coupled unit until you get it fixed. So, the correct answer is C. The coupling is not right and should be fixed before driving the coupled unit. Next question. 4. Off-tracking or cheating causes which of these to follow the wider path while making a turn? A. Tractor towing a 45 feet trailer. B. Tractor with two 27 feet trailers. C. A 53 feet bobtail. Note: going around a corner, the rear wheels follow a different path than the front wheels. This is called off-tracking. Longer vehicles off-track more, following a wider path. The rear wheels of the tractor will off-track, and the rear wheels of the trailer will off-track even more. If there is more than one trailer, the rear wheels of the last trailer will off-track the most. So, the correct answer is B. Tractor with two 27 feet trailers. Next question. 5. The airlines on a combination vehicle are often colored to prevent them from mixing up. The emergency line is blank. The service line is blank. A. Red, blue. B. Black, yellow. C. Blue, red. Note: emergency lines are often coded with the color red to keep from getting mixed up with the blue service line. Sometimes, both hoses are black, but in such case, the couplers will be different colors, red on emergency line and blue on service line. So, the correct answer is A. Red, blue. Next question. 6. The semi-trailers made before 1975 that are equipped with the air brakes. A. Usually need a glad hand converter. B. Often do not have spring brakes. C. Have only a service airline. Note: newer trailers have spring brakes just like trucks and truck tractors. However, converter dollies and trailers built before 1975 are not required to have spring brakes. So, the correct answer is B. Often do not have spring brakes. Next question. 7. Which of these statements is true? A. A sudden steering movement can result in a tipped-over rear trailer. B. The longest combination vehicles are the least likely to turn over. C. It is easier to stop a triple-bottom rig than it is to stop a 5-axle tractor semi-trailer.
Note: rollovers happen when you turn too fast, drive slowly around corners, on ramps, and off ramps to prevent your truck from tipping over. Do not turn the steering wheel any more than needed to clear whatever is in your way. The more sharply you turn, the greater the chances of a skid or rollover.
So, the correct answer is A. A sudden steering movement can result in a tipped-over rear trailer. Next question. 8. Compared to a straight truck or bus, there are blank things to inspect in combination vehicle. A. Fewer. B. The same number. C. More.
Note: the CDL manual in its section 6 literally states that there are more things to inspect on a combination vehicle than on a single vehicle, referring to the 7-step inspection procedure described in section 2.
So, the correct answer is C. More. Next question. 9. You have a major leak in the service line and you put on the brakes. Service air will escape and cause the A. Trailer emergency brakes to come on. B. Trailer tank pressure to be lost. C. Tractor spring brakes to lock up.
Note: according to the CDL manual section 6, you may not notice a major leak in the service line until you try to put the brakes on. The air loss from the leak will lower the air tank pressure quickly. If it goes low enough, the trailer emergency brakes will come on.
So, the correct answer is A. Trailer emergency brakes to come on. A. Next question. 10. A tractor with a trailer requires the shortest amount of stopping distance when A. Empty. B. Lightly loaded. C. Fully loaded.
Note: your vehicle weight can affect your stopping distance. The heavier the vehicle, the shorter the stopping distance. You need shortest amount of stopping distance on large combination vehicles, tractor with trailer, when they are fully loaded, according to the section 2 of the CDL manual.
So, the correct answer is C. Fully loaded. Next question. 11. When you get ready to back under a semi-trailer, you should line up A. The kingpin to engage the driver's side locking jaw first. B. Directly in front of the trailer. C. The left rear outer dual wheel with the kingpin.
Note: never back under the trailer at an angle, because you might push the trailer sideways and break the landing gear. Instead, put the tractor directly in front of the trailer. Use outside mirrors to check position by looking down both sides of the trailer.
So, the correct answer is B. Directly in front of the trailer. Next question. 12. To unlock the fifth wheel, the locking lever should be placed in the blank position. A. Neutral. B. Closed. C. Open.
Note: the locking lever is used to unlock the fifth wheel. It should be placed in the open position to unlock it.
So, the correct answer is C. Open. Next question. 13. The tractor protection valve will close and the trailer, blank, brakes will come on when there is a major leak in the brake line. A. Service. B. Parking. C. Emergency.
Note: a major leak in the emergency line will cause the tractor protection valve to close and the trailer emergency brakes to come on.
So, the correct answer is C. Emergency. Next question. 14. When coupling, the proper position of the fifth wheel is A. Level of the ground. B. Tilted down toward the end of the trailer. C. Tilted up toward the end of the trailer.
Note: when coupling a tractor to a trailer, you must check that the fifth wheel is tilted down toward the rear of the tractor, which is the proper position.
So, the correct answer is B. Tilted down toward the end of the trailer. Next question. 15. What gear should the tractor engine be in after you uncouple the trailer and are inspecting the trailer supports? A. Neutral. B. Low reverse. C. High reverse.
Note: the steps you need to follow in order to safely uncouple tractor semi-trailers are given in Section 6 of the CDL manual, and they include securing the tractor by applying the parking brake and placing the transmission in neutral.
So, the correct answer is A. Neutral. Next question. 16. You have coupled with a semi-trailer. Where should you put the iron trailer supports before driving away? A. Fully raised with the crank handle secured in its bracket. C. 3 turns off the top with the crank handle secured in its bracket.
Note: the trailer supports, also known as landing gears, must be fully raised with the crank handle secured in its brackets before you set the truck in motion when coupled with the semi-trailers.
So, the correct answer is fully raised with the crank handle secured in its bracket. Next question. 17. The safety latch for the fifth wheel locking lever must be blank for a coupling to be complete. A. Over the locking lever. B. Under the locking lever. C. Straight up.
Note: the coupling inspection as described in Section 6 include making sure the locking lever is in the lock position and the safety latch is in position over the locking lever. On some fifth wheels the latch must be put in place by hand.
So, the correct answer is A. Over the locking lever. Next question. 18. After you supply air to the trailer, make sure the air lines are not crossed and the trailer brakes are working. This is done by A. Lifting the brake pedal. B. Watching your mirrors to see if the trailer lights come on. C. Applying and releasing the trailer brakes and listening for the sound of the brake.
Note: the air lines are not supposed to be crossed. After you supply air to the trailer, shut the engine off so you can hear the brakes. Apply and release trailer brakes and listen for sound of trailer brakes being applied and released. You should hear the brakes move when applied and air escape when the brakes are released.
So, the correct answer is C. Applying and releasing the trailer brakes and listening for the sound of the brake. Next question. 19. Before you back under a trailer, make sure that A. The trailer brakes are locked. B. The tractor protection valve is normal. C. The air supply knob is in.
Note: always make sure the trailer brakes are locked and or wheels are chocked before backing up under a trailer.
So, the correct answer is A. The trailer brakes are locked. Next question. 20. When you are uncoupling a loaded trailer, you should lower the landing gear until it A. Makes firm contact with the ground, then crackle hits a low gear a few extra turns. B. Make contact with the ground and leave the trailer off the fifth wheel. C. Reaches the ground.
Note: if trailer being uncoupled is loaded, after the landing gear makes firm contact with the ground, turn crank in low gear a few extra turns. This will lift some weight off the tractor.
So, the correct answer is A. Makes firm contact with the ground, then crackle hits a low gear a few extra turns. Next question. 21. What will happen if the air lines are crossed when you hook up to an old trailer? A. The hand valve will apply the tractor brakes instead of the trailer brakes. B. If the trailer has no spring brakes, you could drive away, but you wouldn't have trailer brakes. C. The brake lights will come on when the brake pedal is pressed.
Note: for older trailers that do not have spring brakes, if the air supply in the trailer air tank has leaked away, there will be no emergency brakes and the wheels will turn freely. If you crossed the air lines, you could drive away, but you wouldn't have trailer brakes.
So, the correct answer is B. If the trailer has no spring brakes, you could drive away, but you wouldn't have trailer brakes. Next question. 22. There are two things that a driver can do to prevent a rollover. They are 1. Keep the cargo as close to the ground as possible, and 2. A. Make sure that the brakes are properly adjusted. B. Keep both hands firmly on the steering wheel. C. Go slow around turns.
Note: when driving a combination vehicle, the following two things will help you prevent rollover. Keep the cargo as close to the ground as possible, and drive slowly around turns.
So, the correct answer is C. Go slow around turns. Next question. 23. To stop a trailer skid you should A. Use the trailer hand brakes. B. Release the service brakes. C. Countersteer.
Note: the CDL manual in its section 6 describes the procedure for stopping a trailer skid, which includes recognize the skid and stop using the brake or release the brakes to get traction back.
So, the correct answer is B. Release the service brakes. Next question. 24. Why should you be sure that the fifth wheel plate is greased as required? A. To ensure a good electrical connection. B. To prevent steering problems. C. To reduce heat and noise.
Note: be sure that the fifth wheel plate is greased as required. Failure to keep the fifth wheel plate lubricated could cause steering problems.
So, the correct answer is B. To prevent steering problems. Next question. 25. Your emergency airline breaks or gets pulled apart while you are driving. The loss of pressure will cause the A. Air compressor to unload instead of pumping air. B. Tractor's air to dump into the trailer tank through the service line. C. Emergency trailer brakes to come on.
Note: if trailer emergency line is broken, this will cause a major leak, and the loss of pressure will cause the trailer emergency brakes to come on.
So, the correct answer is C. Emergency trailer brakes to come on. Next question. 26. When connecting the glad hands, press the two seals with the coupler together at what degree to each other? A. 45 degree. B. 90 degree. C. 180 degree.
Note: to connect the couplers, also known as glad hands, you will press the two seals together with the couplers at a 90-degree angle to each other, and a turn of the glad hand attached to the hose will join and lock the couplers.
So, the correct answer is B. 90 degree. Next question. 27. After you have coupled the trailer, you should have to raise the landing gear by using A. Low gear. B. Intermediate. C. High gear.
Note: you have to raise the front trailer supports or landing gear as part of the steps in coupling tractor semi-trailers by using low gear range, if so equipped. When landing gear is off the ground or pavement, switch to the high gear range.
So, the correct answer is A. Low gear. Next question. 28. You supply air to the trailer tanks by A. Pushing in the trailer air supply valve. B. Pulling out the trailer air supply valve. C. Connecting the service line glad hands.
Note: to supply air to the trailer brake system from the cab, push an air supply knob or move tractor protection valve control from the emergency to the normal position.
So, the correct answer is A. Pushing in the trailer air supply valve. Next question. 29. Which part of the kingpin should the locking jaws close around? A. The shank. B. The head. C. The base.
Note: after backing under the trailer, you should get out and look into the back of the fifth wheel to make sure the fifth wheel jaws have closed around the shank of the kingpin. You may have to use a flashlight, if necessary.
So, the correct answer is A. The shank. Next question. 30. How much space should be allowed between upper and lower fifth wheel after coupling? A. A quarter inch. B. Just enough to sit on. C. Nothing.
Note: make sure there is no space between upper and lower fifth wheel. If there is space, something is wrong. The kingpin may be on top of the closed fifth wheel jaws, and the trailer would come loose very easily.
So, the correct answer is C. Nothing. Next question. 31. You have pushed the trailer air supply valve. You should not back a tractor under a trailer until the whole air system is A. Empty. B. At normal pressure. C. Between 60 and 80 psi.
Note: before backing a tractor under a trailer, push the trailer air supply valve. Wait for the system to be at normal pressure or fully charged with typically 125 psi.
So, the correct answer is B. At normal pressure. Next question. 32. You are coupling a tractor to a semi-trailer. You have connected the air lines. Before backing under the trailer, you should A. Supply air to the trailer system, then pull out the air supply knob. B. Pull ahead to test the glad hands connections. C. Make sure that the trailer brakes are off.
Note: this question relates to the previous one. As part of the coupling process, you normally have to push in the trailer air supply valve to supply air to the trailer brake system and then pull it out when done before you back up all the way under the trailer.
So, the correct answer is A. Supply air to the trailer system, then pull out the air supply knob. Next question. 33. The safest way to make turn without entering another traffic lane is A. You should turn wide before you start the turn. B. You should turn wide as you complete the turn. C. You should not make a turn and move to another place where you can make a turn without crossing other lane.
Note: in curves, steer the front end of your vehicle wide enough around the corner so the rear end does not run over the curb. If you cannot complete your turn without entering another traffic lane, turn wide as you complete the turn.
So, the correct answer is B. You should turn wide as you complete the turn. Next question. 34. The higher the center of gravity of your truck, the easier to turn around the corner. B. More stable while turning. C. Easier to turn over.
Note: high center of gravity means that much of the load's weight is carried high up off the road. This makes the vehicle top-heavy and easy to roll over, or to turn over as mentioned here.
So, the correct answer is C. Easier to turn over. Next question. 35. What is the purpose of the emergency airline? A. To engage the trailer brakes in case of air pressure loss. B. To have extra air pressure in case you need it. C. To engage the front brakes of the tractor in case of an emergency.
Note: the emergency line, also called the supply line, has two purposes. First, it supplies air to the trailer air tanks. Second, it controls the emergency brakes on combination vehicles.
So, the correct answer is A. To engage the trailer brakes in case of air pressure loss. Next question. 36. The hand valve should be used A. Only with a foot brake. B. To test the trailer brakes. C. As a parking brake.
Note: the trailer hand valve, also called the trolley valve or Johnson bar, works the trailer brakes. The trailer hand valve should be used only to test the trailer brakes as stated in Section 6 of the CDL manual.
So, the correct answer is B. To test the trailer brakes. Next question. 37. When driving a set of doubles, it is necessary to close which shutoff valve in the last trailer? A. Front. B. Middle section. C. Back.
Note: when driving a set of doubles, the shutoff valves, also called cutout cocks, on the rear of the last trailer in the back, must be closed as stated in Sections 6 and 7 of the CDL manual.
So, the correct answer is C. Back. Next question. 38. If the service line comes apart while you are driving a combination vehicle but the emergency line stays together, what will happen right away? A. The trailer's tank will exhaust through the open line. B. The emergency trailer brakes will come on. C. Nothing is likely to happen until you try to apply the brakes.
Note: while driving a combination vehicle, if the service line disconnects but the emergency line stays together, you may not notice a major leak in the service line as nothing is likely to happen until you try to put on the brakes.
So, the correct answer is C. nothing is likely to happen until you try to apply the brakes. Next question. 39. There are two things that a driver can do to prevent a rollover. They are 1. Go slow around turns, and 2. A. Keep both hands firmly on the steering wheel. B. Keep the cargo as close to the ground as possible. C. Make sure that the brakes are properly balanced.
Note: when driving a combination vehicle, the following two things can help prevent rollovers. Drive slowly around turns and keep the cargo as close to the ground as possible.
So, the correct answer is B. Keep the cargo as close to the ground as possible. Next question. 40. A tractor jackknife is A. When you lock up the drive tires on the trailer and the trailer spins out sideways as the tractor continues to push forward. B. When you lock up the drive tires on the tractor and the tractor spins out sideways as the trailer continues to push forward. C. Either of the above.
Note: when driving on slippery roads or surfaces, hard brake or loss of traction may cause your wheels to lock up and your vehicle may swing around. That is called jackknife. If the wheels of a trailer lock up and the trailer swings around, it is called a trailer jackknife. But if it's the powered unit, the tractor, it is called a tractor jackknife.
So, the correct answer is B. When you lock up the drive tires on the tractor and the tractor spins out sideways as the trailer continues to push forward. Next question. 41. You are coupling a tractor to a semi-trailer and have backed up but are not under it. What should you hook up before backing under? A. The emergency and service air lines. B. The electrical service cable. C. Nothing.
Note: every combination vehicle has two air lines, the service line and the emergency line. They must be hooked up before you back up all the way when coupling tractor to trailer, trailer to dolly or dolly to second trailer.
So, the correct answer is A. The emergency and service air lines. Next question. 42. Why should you lock the tractor glad hands to each other, or dummy couplers, when you are not towing a trailer? A. The connected brake circuit becomes a backup air tank. B. It will keep dirt or water out of the lines. C. If you didn't, you could never build system pressure.
Note: some vehicles have dead-end or dummy couplers to which the hoses may be attached when they are not in use in order to prevent water and dirt from getting into the coupler and the air lines.
So, the correct answer is B. It will keep dirt or water out of the lines. Next question. 43. While driving behind other vehicle under good condition, you should allow at least 1 second between your vehicle and the vehicle ahead for each blank feet of your vehicle length. A. 10. B. 20. C. 30.
Note: to avoid being surprised and having to make a hard brake or sudden lane change, follow far enough behind other vehicles, at least 1 second for each 10 feet of your vehicle length, plus another second if going over 40 miles per hour.
So, the correct answer is A. 10. Next question. 44. The front trailer supports are up, and the trailer is resting on the tractor. Make sure that, blank. A. There is enough clearance between the upper and lower fifth wheel. B. There is enough clearance between the tractor frame and the landing gear. C. The safety latch is in the unlocked position.
Note: while conducting vehicle inspection, check that the fifth wheel is positioned properly so that the tractor frame will clear the landing gear during turns as stated in Section 11 of the CDL manual.
So, the correct answer is B. There is enough clearance between the tractor frame and the landing gear. Next question. 45. Glad hands are used to connect which of these? A. Electric lines from the tractor to trailer. B. Kingpin from the trailer to the locking jaws of the fifth wheel. C. Service and emergency air lines from the vehicle to the trailer.
Note: the service and emergency air lines run from the truck or tractor to the trailer, connecting both units together thanks to coupling devices called glad hands.
So, The correct answer is C. Service and emergency airlines from the vehicle to the trailer. Next question. 46. You are about to back your tractor under a semi-trailer. The trailer is at the right height when the kingpin is about 1¼ inches above the fifth wheel. B. End of the kingpin is even with the top of the fifth wheel. C. Trailer will be lifted slightly when the tractor backs under it.
Note: the trailer should be low enough that it is raised slightly by the tractor when the tractor is backed under it. You may have to raise or lower the trailer as needed. If the trailer is too low, the tractor may strike and damage the trailer nose. If the trailer is too high, it may not couple correctly.
So, the correct answer is C. Trailer will be lifted slightly when the tractor backs under it. Next question. 47. While checking if the tractor is securely coupled to the trailer, the landing gears should be A. Fully raised. B. Slightly raised. C. Fully lowered.
Note: while checking connection for safety, checking if the tractor is securely coupled to the trailer, you need to raise the landing gear slightly off ground.
So, the correct answer is B. Slightly raised. Next question. 48. Air and electrical lines from the tractor to the trailer should be A. Fully tight but away a little looped. B. Secured but with enough loop to turn. C. Resting on the frame of the tractor.
Note: the air lines, as well as the electrical line, must be properly connected to the glad hands with no air leaks, and they must be properly secured with enough slack or loop for turns.
So, the correct answer is B. Secured but with enough loop to turn. Next question. 49. Trucks roll over more easily when fully loaded and are A. 10 times more likely to roll over in a crash than empty rigs. B. 5 times more likely to roll over in a crash than empty rigs. C. 2 times more likely to roll over in a crash than empty rigs.
Note: this question relates to number 34, regarding cargo being piled up in a truck, and high center of gravity making the truck easier to turn over. Furthermore, fully loaded rigs are 10 times more likely to roll over in a crash than empty rigs.
So, the correct answer is A. 10 times more likely to roll over in a crash than empty rigs. Next question. 50. After you lock the kingpin into the fifth wheel, you should check the connection by A. Pulling forward 50 feet, turning right and then left. B. Backing up with the trailer brakes released. C. Pulling the tractor ahead gently with the trailer brakes locked.
Note: this is part of the coupling tractor semi-trailers procedure outlined in Section 6. Pull tractor gently forward while the trailer brakes are still locked in order to check that the trailer is locked onto the tractor, with the kingpin locked into the fifth wheel.
So, the correct answer is C. Pulling the tractor ahead gently with the trailer brakes locked. Next question. 51. Where should the tractor be when you inspect landing gear after uncoupling the trailer? A. With the tractor frame under the trailer. B. Completely cleared from the trailer. C. With the fifth wheel directly beneath the kingpin.
Note: when uncoupling, lower the landing gear until it makes firm contact with the ground, but don't pull tractor forward all the way until you make sure landing gear is properly supporting trailer. Stop with tractor frame still under trailer. This is to prevent trailer from falling to ground if landing gear should collapse or sink.
So, the correct answer is A. With the tractor frame under the trailer. Next question. 52. The front trailer supports are up and the trailer is resting on the tractor. Make sure that A. There is enough clearance between the top of the tractor tires and nose of the trailer. B. There is enough clearance between the tractor frame and the landing gear. C. Both A and B are correct.
Note: when full weight of trailer is resting on tractor, check for enough clearance between rear of tractor frame and landing gear. Check that there is enough clearance between the top of the tractor tires and the nose of the trailer.
So, the correct answer is C. Both A and B are correct. Next question. 53. When uncoupling the trailer, after you shut off the trailer air supply and lock the trailer brakes, you should A. Put on your tractor parking brakes. B. Back up gently to ease pressure on the fifth wheel. C. Lower trailer landing gear.
Note: the second step of the uncoupling process consists in shutting off trailer air supply to lock trailer brakes. Then ease pressure on fifth wheel locking jaws by backing up gently. This will help you release the fifth wheel locking lever, according to the Section 6 of the CDL manual.
So, the correct answer is B. Back up gently to ease pressure on the fifth wheel. Next question. 54. You are driving a combination vehicle when the trailer breaks away, pulling apart both air lines. You would expect the trailer brakes to come on and A. The tractor to lose all air pressure. B. The tractor protection valve to close. C. The trailer supply valve to stay open.
Note: in this scenario, there would be a major leak in the emergency line causing the tractor protection valve to close and the trailer emergency brakes to come on, as we explained before at number 13.
So, the correct answer is B. The tractor protection valve to close. Next question. 55. You should use chocks when parking a trailer without spring brakes because A. If the air supply leaks away, there will be no brakes. B. Some states require chocking of trailer wheels. C. You don't want the trailer rolling down a hill.
Note: the brakes will hold only as long as there is air pressure in the trailer air tank. Eventually, the air will leak away and then there will be no brakes. Therefore, it is very important for safety that you use wheel chocks when you park trailers without spring brakes.
So, the correct answer is A. If the air supply leaks away, there will be no brakes. Next question. 56. When checking the trailer emergency brakes, the tractor protection control valve should be placed in what position? A. Normal. B. Neutral. C. Emergency.
Note: after supplying air to the trailer air brake system, you pull out the air supply knob, also called tractor protection valve control, and put it in the emergency position. Then pull gently on the trailer with the tractor to check that the trailer emergency brakes are on.
So, the correct answer is C. Emergency. Next question. 57. In normal driving, some drivers use the hand valve before the brake pedal to prevent a jackknife. Which of the statements is true? A. It should not be done. B. It results in less skidding than using the brake pedal alone. C. It is the best way to brake and keep the truck in a straight line.
Note: if you use the hand valve or trailer brake control before the brake pedal in a combination vehicle, tractor and trailer, the trailer brakes will engage abruptly, potentially causing the trailer to jackknife. Always use the foot brake first to apply braking smoothly to both tractor and trailer.
So, the correct answer is A. It should not be done. Next question. 58. When should you use the hand valve to park a combination vehicle? A. To park at loading docks. B. To park on a grade. C. Never.
Note: never use the hand valve for parking a combination vehicle, because all the air might leak out unlocking the brakes, especially in trailers that don't have spring brakes. Always use the parking brakes when parking.
So, the correct answer is C. Never. Next question. 59. How should you test the tractor semi-trailer connection for security? A. Look at it carefully. B. Rock the trailer back and forth with the trailer brakes locked. C. Pull gently forward in low gear against the locked trailer brakes, then look at it carefully.
Note: to test the tractor semi-trailer connection for security, before connecting electrical and air lines, raise the trailer landing gear slightly off ground. Pull the tractor gently forward while the trailer brakes are still locked. If the trailer is properly locked onto the tractor, it will hold you back.
So, The correct answer is C. Pull gently forward in low gear against the locked trailer brakes, then look at it carefully. Next question. 60. If the brakes are not released when you pushed the trailer air supply valve, you should A. Check airline connection. B. Cross the airlines. C. Check electrical cable.
Note: if the brakes are not released when the trailer air supply valve is pushed, most likely there is a problem with the air brake system on the trailer. Inspect all airlines and connections for leaks, including the trailer supply valve itself.
So, the correct answer is A. Check airline connection. Thanks for watching until the end. Are you willing to support this channel with a one-time contribution? We would be forever grateful if you do so. Our mission at DMV Pass is to create a better learning tool for prospective drivers preparing for their permit test. That's why many users choose to contribute to our efforts. If you believe in what we do and want to help us on our journey, you can do so using any of these methods on the screen. Together, we can make the learning process as easy as possible for everyone. Thank you already for your support.